As Chris Cuomo would say, let's get after it. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a really long time since I've done a sit-down video besides the family taste test, which you should definitely go check out after this video. The last time I did one was August. I did a Q&A, which you should also go check out at the end of this video. I low-key have wanted to do this video, but I just cared too much about the breakup and I was sensitive and now I just don't really give a fuck. So here I am. Without further ado, here are my 5 unsolicited tips on how to get over your ex. So sometimes on TV, we see a girl crying with a box of tissues, her eyeliner's running, and her friends come over and they're like, it's his loss. And then they bring over pizza and they get smashed and go out and she hooks up with someone and she's like, all right, I'm better. There's nothing wrong with that, but that wasn't my reality, and I don't know if this is your reality, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine if that's how you want to deal with the breakup, but I'm just here to share my experiences, and based on my experiences, what advice I would give somebody else. So just to preface this is more for a messy breakup, not one where you're like, we're growing apart, but let's just be friends, like Alexis and Ted in Schitt's Creek. Just had to add that in there. If it's like that, this doesn't really apply, so this is more of a messy breakup, like I said. I wrote down some stuff. It took me, sometimes I have writer's block and I share that on Instagram where I'm like, I just can't think of a caption right now. I can't find inspiration to write. Well, my best friend Ashley, we were talking, and this was actually a seed that she planted in my mind to just do right now. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this right now. I wasn't planning on doing a video, but here we go. And I wrote down the entire, everything that I wanna say in 8 minutes. So this is good stuff. I'm looking at my computer here because I just wanna hit every point. Breakups sometimes feel like a death. You are mourning a relationship that you had, and sometimes that person becomes such an integral part of your life that it's extremely hard to detach from them and create a new normal, if you know what I mean. So this is more advice for a breakup where you're like, fuck them, fuck this, I deserve better. Okay, so what's my advice? Number 1 is let yourself feel all of the feels. The worst thing that you can do is suppress your feelings. 1, because that's just not healthy for your psyche and mental health in the present time, but you're just gonna carry all of that emotional baggage and the weight of your past relationship into your new relationship. You don't wanna do that because you have a fresh start with somebody. You wanna, deal with everything that you're dealing with and then go into a new relationship feeling better about yourself, taking what you learned, which I'll touch on later, but you just don't bring it in. It's not fair to the person and it's not fair to you. Number 2 is get rid of reminders. I'm talking the reminders that are of them in your present space. So if you want to get rid of all the pictures on your phone, do it, but I highly suggest don't delete them, or don't delete all of them, because you don't know, as time goes on, you'll heal, and when you're an adult looking back on this, you may want to look and be like, oh look, this was my first relationship, whatever. Your feelings for that person will change and you may want to look back. So deleting things is permanent. I suggest if you want to get rid of them really fast, just have a friend or family take your phone, go through them, get everything off, and then put them in a safe place. Number 3 is distract, distract, distract. I was lucky because when I was really struggling, it was probably 2 weeks, if we're being real. And then a few weeks after, at the end of August, I was filming the TV show that I had been working on since January. It went on hold because of the pandemic, but we got to the filming stage. We filmed 26 episodes in 5 days. So that was 3 weeks after the breakup. So I dove headfirst into that. I loved my coworkers every day. I was so happy to go to work. They were super long days, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. If I could go back, I would. I loved it. So I was lucky to have that opportunity. Go surround yourself with friends and family. Go to the people who make you laugh. Go to the people who will support you unconditionally. It's really, really helpful to not go through this alone. I know the pandemic is hard. A lot of people don't want to see their family because they don't want to put their parents at risk. FaceTime. I was in the city, obviously, because I was working at ABC, but I was on FaceTime literally as soon as I got in the door. I was like FaceTiming, and then I'd go home on weekends. Number 4 is set boundaries. This was really important to me because I needed time and space to heal. Some people can have friendships with their exes after. In this particular case, in my experience, that wasn't possible for me. Feelings wise, emotions wise, just like there was a lot that happened. If you are hurt and you feel like you can't be friends with them, that's completely valid. It's completely normal. That's what happens in most cases, I will say. So if that's the case and you don't want to communicate with them, don't communicate with them. Express that to them. Before you cut ties, tell them in the near future, like it would really help me if we do not speak because I need time to heal. That's personally something that I needed to do. I know like I haven't really opened up to you guys about this a lot. You can look back on my YouTube channel and see all the videos you made, and I seemed like so happy, and like I was happy at the time, but you don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. And I know that influencers and other famous people like make that known, but that's relevant on like a large scale and a small scale. Like it wasn't perfect. Just want to put that out there. One thing that can help is deleting their number completely. So you can have somebody go into your phone and change their name to something that you won't recognize. And like if you're like me and have contacts back from like elementary school, then I like don't go through them ever. So I would never like come across the name that my friend changed her number to. Another option is to completely delete it from your phone and put it in a friend's or family member's phone, just in case you have to reach out to them or contact them in the future. So it's literally not on your phone. Like you don't have a choice. Remove it from your computer too. And number 5 is find the positive. I think this is the most important one because I promise you there is a positive. You don't realize all the bullshit you put up with until you don't have to put up with it anymore. Be grateful for what you have and the crap that you don't. Back in August, I wouldn't want to hear this, but now looking back, I can find so many things that I learned that I can take with me in the future, both to work on myself and work on myself in a relationship with somebody else. And I'm grateful for those opportunities. I'm grateful for those challenging times that actually taught me something about myself. If I can feel all of those feelings for the wrong person, I can't imagine how I'll feel when it's the right person. And that's really something that I've reminded myself over and over again, like, holy shit, like my feelings were so strong and powerful and so loving, and it was the wrong person. Like that excites me so much to feel what it's gonna feel like when it's the right person. So just keep that in mind. I'm using my hands like I'm Italian. I'm not, I'm Jewish, but I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sometimes you don't realize how unhappy you are until you're out of the relationship. That's such an unfortunate thing, but sometimes when you're in it, you can't see clearly. You're blinded by love, which is like such a thing. I swear, you ignore red flags. Like it is such a thing. Being blinded by love is like, for real, guys. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point, but you get the idea. Yeah, I guess those are just my 5 tips. No matter how hard it feels right now, you're not alone. So many people have gone through this. I felt like my life was gonna fall apart. It didn't. The sun rose the next day, and every single day that goes on is another day farther from your relationship. Everything's gonna be okay. And remind yourself that you deserve the best. You deserve the best love, the best self-love, and a relationship that is meant to be. And you'll find that. And the idea of that is so exciting to me. And I'm gonna I have enjoyed being single, but I'm gonna continue to, and I can't wait. Something that I've like thought about recently is I've never really been gay and single. I came out while I was in a relationship. There's just a lot to look forward to. When you're out of that dark cloud, like, you have such a bright future. Like there's so much to look forward to. And that's what I hope for you guys. I promise you it'll come. I hope it comes soon for you, but I promise you there will be a day where you're happy, like really happy. In the meantime, if you just need someone to listen or you want to vent, you can message me on Instagram. My DMs are always open and I love talking to you guys. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm so close to hitting my goal. Tell your friends and family to do it too. Roll that dope ass outro.